What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I'm in a different location today, just walking around out at I can't remember the name of this beach. I will put it on the screen so you guys will be able to see it, but pretty nice and peaceful. Very peaceful out here. But I just want to talk a little bit about some of the things that are going on when it comes to, well, actually some of the questions that you guys have asked in the comments on the latest video that I posted. So I posted a video yesterday just talking about the proposals. Okay, and I've talked about this before. When it comes to proposals, I like to let you guys know what's going on when it comes to these proposals. And the reason that I like to do that is because I want you guys to be informed of what's out there, what's possible. And if you're not informed on what's possible, then how are you going to know what these politicians are doing? So we've been waiting when it comes to Social Security. We've been waiting for a while to kind of see what they're going to do with any type of reform. And I would say the average person, they don't even know what these politicians are proposing. And because they don't know, you're going to have politicians that are just going to put whatever they want together and pass it without any insight from the public. And so that's why I bring you guys these different proposals. So I've brought you proposals in the past. We've talked about the Social Security 2100 Act. We've talked about Bernie Sanders' plan. We've talked about Bernie Sanders' plan, the $2,400 raise for Social Security. We've talked about what the Senate is doing when they're talking about some type of a proposal for some type of an investment proposal where they will invest, actually borrow money from the American people. So when you're talking about the American people, you're talking about borrowing trillions of dollars, and with that trillions of dollars, invest that in some type of invest in the stock market, basically, and see if they can get a good return. And if they can get a good return, then use that money for people receiving Social Security. The danger in that is you can invest money, but you can also lose money in an investment. If you lose money, now you're in a real bad situation, because you're gonna have to borrow more money just to pay. I mean, if you get to a point where you lose too much, well, then now you're not going to have enough to pay off benefits, current benefits. So it's a very risky situation. That's another proposal that's out there. There's so many different proposals, and the proposal that I talked about yesterday was Sheldon Whitehouse's, Senator Whitehouse's proposal, where he is just focused right now on reforming Social Security. I think it's important that we look at the whole situation, and sure, it would be great to have some type of a raise for Social Security, but realistically, the first thing that they need to do is they need to secure Social Security to make sure that it will be around for people like you and me. I'm a Gen Xer. I want Social Security to be around for me. I'm sure millennials want Social Security to be around for them, on down the line. So in 10 years, we're looking at a situation where we could see cuts to Social Security if nothing is done. And so that's why, in my opinion, it's very important for us to be focusing on these proposals. Even though right now it's just talk, we still need to focus on that, because this is how we move forward. And this is why we need to let politicians know. And a good example of this is you have politicians who are running for Senate, they're running for the House. You have the president running in 2024. So you're gonna have a lot of different candidates out there saying a lot of different things, going to a lot of these different town hall meetings. And when they go to these town halls, that's when you need to let them know, hey, I heard about the Social Security 2100 Act. I think that would be great. What do you think about it? Or I've heard about this different proposal. What do you think about it? I've heard of having a $200 raise for Social Security. How do you feel about that? This is the perfect opportunity for you to get out and talk to these politicians and find out how they feel. And so this is a perfect opportunity for you to find out about how they feel about these certain proposals. And so that's the main reason why I put these videos out when it comes to the different proposals. Because some people will say, well, you know what, I don't even care. I don't care until the money hits my bank account. A lot of people will say that. Well, that's fine, but just understand that you're not being a part of the whole process. And essentially that is what our government is founded on. We take part in our political process, and we take part in legislation because these representatives should be representing us, but they're not going to represent us if we don't care to know. So that's why I think it's very, very important when it comes to these different proposals that are out there. So I did have a few questions, and hopefully I answered those questions about this whole proposal and why are we talking about proposals. So I want to show you guys a little bit more of the scenery out here. So we're on the North Shore. Okay, so this is an area that there's a lot of greenery everywhere. And what I think I want to do is I want to drive around and show you guys just some areas around, so you can kind of get a feel for how life is in Kauai. I know I keep showing you guys the beach, but the beach is not all of Kauai. There are other parts of Kauai, so I'll show you that as well. But I'm in the water right now, so I might be walking funny. The camera might be shaking a little bit, but yeah. So the main thing when it comes to Social Security, when it comes to these different proposals, there are a lot of them out there right now. And the good news, and this is another thing, because people have also stated in the comments, how is this good news? Well, it's good news because you have politicians actually talking about something. And the fact that they're talking about doing something when it comes to Social Security is good news. Even if nothing's been done yet, it's still good that they're talking about it, because politicians are quick to talk about something and then stop talking about it. And when they stop talking about it, it just goes away. And so the fact that they're talking about it now is good. The fact that we have an election just around the corner is good, because now politicians are going to be forced to address the issue. They're going to be asked these tough questions, and they're going to be forced to answer. Because if you don't have a response, if someone says, you know what, Social Security is going bankrupt in 10 years, the trust fund's going bankrupt in 10 years, what are you going to do about it? They have to say something. And if they don't say anything, then they're probably not going to have a very long political life. So that's why it's important for us to pay attention now, and for us to get out there and talk to these politicians and find out what they want to do about Social Security and Medicare and all these other programs that are in danger of cuts in the future. So if you guys have any other questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.